Back in August of 2018, a demo of a fan-made Sonic Chaos remake was released, and although impressive with many people making Let's Play videos reacting very positively to it, the year is 2024 and we haven't received any new updates on the project since 2020, when the developer A+Start took to X to inform people the project was still alive and well. Well, how well is it really? 4 years have passed since the Sonic Chaos remake was even mentioned, and during that massive gap, A+Start actually was the lead artist for Sonic 3 and Knuckles on Sonic Origins, which was released back in 2022. So I just recently did a video on the original 8-bit Sonic Chaos, and I'll give you a card here so you could go check it out, if you haven't already, for my thoughts and an overview of the original game. So the question is, has the Sonic Chaos remake been cancelled? Or is the project still ongoing? I have no idea, and according to Reddit, many others are wondering themselves. I know it's a fan game and these things take time, but I am very excited to see the finished project because the demo is definitely an enjoyable experience, and if it's anything like the Sonic Triple Trouble remake, Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit, we're in for a real treat. But damn, the guy has an active X account and his YouTube channel is as well, so I'm not sure why A+Start doesn't just come out and say something. It's certainly a pretty big matzo ball to be left hanging out there, as he has not addressed the project in ages. Just a simple, it's not cancelled, I've been busy, would suffice. So why don't we delve on into the demo and see what was released over 6 years ago. Well, for starters, this intro is just pure magic. I love how Sonic and Tails fist bump each other. This is just a beautiful title screen animation, and then we can choose between Sonic and Tails, but not together. And I'm not sure why this is. I guess to test out gameplay with one character instead of two together is easier. I'd imagine the final product would allow you to choose them in tandem. We start off in Turquoise Hill Zone, and we see an aesthetic very much reminiscent to Sonic Mania, a more robust looking Genesis style game with bright colors and a very polished look. The drop dash is here, but Sonic's super peel out from the original game is absent. I'd imagine it'd probably be in the finished product. The music is very relaxing and the first act is fairly short, and we'll eventually see a bunch of fleeing animals. Where are they running from? Well, it's a souped up version of the Ladybug boss from the original Sonic Chaos. I really like this little touch of having the animals fleeing in terror to lead up to your confrontation with the boss. It really adds to the level of detail. You'll have to spin attack or spin dash into him, much like in the 8-bit game, but the hit detection is off because you'll take damage randomly even though this is clearly what you're supposed to do. Then you'll move on to Act 2, and damn, that's a fine looking background. And as you're going through the stage, you'll see the sun is starting to set, and that's something I'd love to see in Sonic games, time transitions. The sunset reminds me a lot of Sunset Hill in Sonic Advance 3. And what's that I hear? A tremendous rendition of the 8-bit music with lush instrumentation that's so pleasing to hear, and the level design here is way beefier than Act 1. It's labyrinth-like, and I love how the stage asks you to move from right to left and then right again as you move vertically. This is something we've seen the likes of in some Sonic stages, but not as many as I'd like to see. There was Marble Zone in Sonic 1, and Knuckles Chaotix did this with lackluster results. But here it works and it's very enjoyable to traverse. Let's face it, Sonic games have mostly been a go to the right affair, and the same can be said for the 2D Mario games and a host of other side scrollers. So these types of deviations are always much appreciated. We'll soon come upon Eggman, and he is in possession of a Chaos Emerald, which one of his badniks engulfs and uses it to power up. I like the little touch of Eggman standing at the controls behind a laser barrier controlling his creation. You don't get to see this too often, much less with an actual badnik. Death Egg Zone Act 2 comes to mind. Once you defeat it, Eggman will snatch up the emerald and flee, and Sonic or Tails will be in hot pursuit. The way they take off after him actually gave me an adrenaline rush. You will have to attack Eggman a number of times to defeat him, and this is actually a playable version of the opening cutscene from the original game. That's actually a really cool spin on things. Well, that's it. After that, it's back to the title screen, and that's the only playable form of what is a pretty good demonstration of a very promising game. Will it ever get finished, or will we ever get to see the second zone in the game, which would be Gigalopolis Zone? I'm honestly going to say it's probably been abandoned, but if so, why wouldn't A+ Star just say that? Can I ask an even better question? Why isn't Sonic Team remaking these games? Or why doesn't Sega just hire this guy to make the remake for them like what they did with Sonic Mania? If you won't or can't do it yourself, then pay someone else to do it. The more Sonic games you make, the more money you make, so why not outsource a bit more regularly? I don't get it. Why are some companies so opposed to simple solutions to make money, especially when it's this easy? So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you familiar with the remake of Sonic Chaos? Do you think that the project has been canceled, or do you think that it is actually alive and well to this day? I would love to know, and let's discuss it in the comments down below. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bells to get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the dislike button if you fucking hated it. And any donations that you could give on Patreon would be greatly appreciated. And I want to thank all my subscribers for your continued support. And thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time.